Welcome everybody to a very special New Year's edition of See You Next Thursday podcast. And on the very first day of 2023, gracing everybody with his presence is your very own Ed001. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Though I'm not sure Grayson is what you'd call it. Happy New Year as well, and to all that's listening, if anybody does listen.
Yeah, Merry Christmas for anyone who's listening
Late.
next year. No, next year. It's next year. Oh, or you can say like this year.
yeah, this year now, or next year. I mean,
Yeah.
who
Oh,
knows?
no,
Maybe,
it's gonna take some getting used to
I
for
don't
a
think
few days.
I don't think anybody's likely to go back in this, go back in time to listen to our old podcast. To be fair,
But I bet you it just makes for a very good forfeit for people for
yeah,
a
that's true.
punishment kind of thing.
Yeah, people that have been naughty. Your kids have been a pain. Right, that's it. You're going to have to listen to the Football Rumours podcast. Oh, please don't, Dad. I'm not being that bad.
No, nowadays if you're a naughty kid, you don't get coal in your socks. You just get a link to the See You Next Thursday podcast.
Yeah, and forced to listen. Oh, that would
Your
be
hands
painful.
tied. That should teach some manners.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure listening to us would be a good way to teach you manners.
So, anyways, this is a very special edition. So we're not gonna cover the football news, results, things like that we usually do. That's for the rest of the year for us to complain, moan, criticize, praise, and especially predict
Do we
because we're very
praise?
brilliant at it.
Do
Yeah,
we?
sometimes we praise people. Yeah.
Oh, right, it's unusual. I don't remember that. I must have missed
Well,
that.
I remember praising myself for being very good at predictions.
Ah, good point, yeah. That deserved praise because you were brilliant at it. Especially
So,
during the
anyways,
World
I
Cup.
guess yeah, especially the brilliant predictions in the World Cup. But I guess that's just things from the past. New year, new me, new us, I guess.
Oh, yeah. All new.
And to
Younger,
celebrate
fitter,
the new
better.
year. Yeah. Forever 21.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
Well, I'm staying at 21 forever, mate. The missus is
I
old enough for
bet
both of
you,
us.
I bet you were 21 before I was born and you're still 21 now.
No, I think I probably stuck to about 18 just because that's when when you were legal to drink. So I stuck to that for a while. 21 didn't come about till I was about 40.
Yeah,
So,
well, they say 40 is the new 20. And if
exactly.
they didn't say it before, now they will.
Yeah, well, we will anyway.
Yeah, we've just permeated the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah, you're getting a bit posh now. This big words. This is going beyond the
No,
goodness
there's no
Billy
big.
Mary be
There
crying
are no
now.
big. No, there are no big words for me. The only word that I struggle with is the is the word that I struggled with last time round.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Antithesis.
Oh yeah, antithesis.
Antithesis.
Yeah, that was good. Me nan always couldn't say certificate. She could try for
No,
hours.
I can
She
say it.
literally
Like
just
I can
couldn't say
say
the
it
word
again. Like
certificate.
antithesis.
She'd end
It's
up just saying,
antithesis. I know.
yeah, you can do it. Like you just needed practice. Me nan literally could
No,
not
I
say
didn't
certificate.
practice. It was just
She just say diploma.
no. I could say like it was my drunk mind, but there was no drink. There were no drinks involved, so
You just
it happens.
let's be honest. We all do it. It was as
So
good as
anyway,
your
just to lay the
predictions.
cards on the table,
Oh yeah,
there are like the only agenda on for this podcast is where's how do we go? Yeah, the Leonardo DiCaprio 11 from the world of football.
Yep.
To anyone that is not aware of the whole concept, idea, rumor, conspiracy theories, however you want to put it, a fine actor on his own, but Leonardo DiCaprio is known for never dating a girl that's over the age of 25. So
Is
basically, he
that
gets
what
into
it was?
relationships.
I was trying to
Yeah,
figure out what the thing was. Why it was. That explains it.
yeah, like it's like I've not done my own due diligence, but whatever you see on Twitter, you have to trust it.
Well, I mean, if it's on social media, of course it's real. Has to be, doesn't it? Because yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only rule that matters. For for the year of 2023, as of January 1, 2023, we're gonna pick a Leonardo DiCaprio Special 11. A simple rule: the players have to be under 25, preferably over the age of 18 as well, because hey ho, I'm not gonna allege him of anything wrongdoing.
Yeah, yeah, best between 18 and 25. 24,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, we'll keep them legal.
like he has done till now at least,
So in
and
the
hopefully
UK,
forever.
16's the legal age, so.
No, that's the leniency we would provide it with your nationality. I don't know about Ireland.
I think France is 14. They never had a legal age until very, very recently. So I don't know why I know that. I just saw it. It was one of those things that pops up in your news feed.
So, anyways, Chris, do you want to kick us off?
Okay, so we'll start off obviously at the back and goalkeepers. I had a look at quite a few. I mean, there's Ilan Meslier, Leeds, Quavin Kelleher of Liverpool, but I didn't want to. I thought I'd leave him in case you wanted him, with him being Irish and you being Irish. But I didn't want to go to the. I didn't really want to go with the obvious one, which is obviously Donnarumma. I mean, that's the easiest one and the most simple, and probably the best. But I went with Alban Lafont instead. He's at Nantes on loan from Fiorentina.
No, I think it's a permanent move now.
Oh, I thought it's still listed as on loan.
Probably, maybe it's with an obligation. Yeah, whatever. That just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good keeper. He's certainly done well every time I've seen him. So, and like obviously he fits the age category. So I thought him.
So, like you mentioned, if Donnarumma is the most obvious shout,
Hmm. Probably the
and
best as well of the age group, isn't he?
yeah, most likely because especially with keepers, like 25 is hardly a, and if people even establish themselves in the
Mm.
first team, so
Yeah, it is
it's
particularly difficult with keepers.
yeah. So I think the only other option we could name is the guy from FC Porto, Diogo Costa.
Hmm.
Like I was thinking maybe you were gonna pick Donnarumma, and I had him as a backup, but
Yeah.
let's see. But I will be very honest. I'm not the greatest expert on him.
Hmm. But the other one I was thinking was Bazunu of the other Irish keeper.
Southampton,
Yeah, but I
Southampton, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not convinced by him personally, to be honest. So I haven't. So I didn't go with him. Didn't even put him in as as possibility. So who did you actually go for then? The Porto keeper.
You know, I guess I want to win, so maybe Donnarumma.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I was just thinking I was just trying to be clever, you know what I mean? Make it more interesting, because I assumed you'd have Donnarumma, because when we talked about it, you said Donnarumma. You said, oh, Donnarumma's 20. So I thought, like, I'll leave it for him, because he said him and it's in my head, and it feels a bit like cheating if you just rob somebody else's idea, doesn't it?
No, but that was part of the reason I even mentioned Diogo Costa. Like
In case I did
because
wrong.
Donnarumma, yeah,
Yeah,
Donnarumma.
yeah. He is the obvious one. I mean, you can't look past him. He's definitely the best of the age group by far. I'm
He's a
shocked
very
that
good.
he's still that age. I thought he was so much older. He seems to have been around for like 20 years, and I know he started at 16, but still, he feels like he's been around a lot longer than 6 years.
Yeah, but that's the way it is. Like he's 23 now.
Mm,
Only 23.
yeah, and an excellent keeper, one of the best in the world already. Yeah, be interesting to see how long he keeps going this
Do you
level.
reckon he can do a Buffon?
But I don't see any reason why not. He's so big that the issue is whether he picks up injuries.
Yeah, but
For me, I would say.
he isn't like your quintessential modern keeper.
No, that's true.
So he should be a lot more, how do we call it, like averse from the injuries. Because that's one thing I've noticed with the more modern keepers. Your Allisons, your Minions, your Neuers, like because unlike the older keepers, like the keepers from the old school,
Hmm.
they tend to be more injury prone. I guess that's down to the way the style of play
Well,
that they adopt. Yeah,
they're
they're
much more involved, so there's more chance of getting
yeah,
injury because they're playing rather than just
and
watching
also
for
they're
80
making much
minutes.
more sprints as well. Like
Yes,
when the
yeah,
ball
exactly.
plays, yeah,
And that's got to shorten their career as well because you've got to be quick. You
and
know.
also that kind of risk involves like
Mm,
if you lose a yard of pace, or let's say if you lose a millisecond from your reflex, it just shows much more when you're exposed much more as well.
yeah, yeah. It's got to be. You'd have to expect the careers to come down a bit now, unless they go to being uh, unless they go back towards being less involved in the play as they get older.
So, anyways, it's like Donnarumma for me and Album Lafon for you.
Yeah, I think you've definitely got the best choice out of them, though. Definitely. Well, should we
So,
move on to right back then?
yeah,
I think there can only
the
be.
floor is yours.
Yeah, I could only be one, couldn't it? Really? It's got to be, hasn't it? I mean, there's only two I could. I was torn. There's only one at the man I think there's even close to his level, and that's Hakimi. But I went with obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold, best right
Oh,
back in
but
the world in my opinion.
you could have just mentioned Trent, and I would have gone with Hakimi anyways.
Oh, of course, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oops.
Yeah, for people who have not realized,
Yeah,
I'm
I hadn't done that.
I've come here with backups in case
Yeah, so have I, and I just
we
mentioned
end up with in
it.
case we just
Yeah,
end up with the same team.
yeah, that's what I did as well. And who did you have as your backup then?
Hakimi and Reece James as well.
He's too many injuries for me. And
Yeah, but
also when
who
he's
cares? Like he's
defending,
a good player. Like
when he's defending, I mean, people complain about Trent Alexander-Arnold, but like he's shown in game after game that he can defend. It's just he gets caught up field. But you watch Reece James when he has to defend, and he's abysmal, mate. He's honestly, I'm not convinced by him at all. As a wing back, brilliant because then he doesn't have to do so much defending. But you put him in a back four, like as a right back. I'm not convinced at all. He's fine when they're completely dominating the game because he's brilliant on the ball. But no, I think he's got a future in midfield for me.
no, I think I rate Reece James a lot higher than you do. But
Mm.
still, like Trent is the best right back among those three, I guess. Maybe Hakim, like
I like Hakimi.
wh-
I've got to say.
with form, like players can go up and down in form.
Yeah.
So maybe right now Hakimi is doing better. But like if I was given a like You just
He got an
asked me to
assist
name like
against
you
Leicester.
just asked me to make a world 11. I'd have Trent in my right back slot. So
Oh yeah, always for me. He's fish.
yeah,
He's the best of them for me.
yeah. I hate that he. I don't hate it. Like I don't. I
Yeah, I
envy
know what
the
you
fact
mean.
that he plays for Liverpool, but
Yeah,
he makes into my top five players. So
yeah,
no
he's
wonder took
fabulous
him
player.
away. So just because I like wanna get some retribution on you for stealing Trent, I'm gonna make the next pick for centre back, and it's gonna be
Okay.
your boy Saliba.
Ah, do you know what? I deliberately didn't go for Saliba
Oh
because
wow, okay.
I've always picked Saliba, and I'd gone for the other side, the left-sided one. I went for my other favourite, so I thought, no, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna pick somebody different, and I
Okay.
went with Ronald Araujo or Araujo. I'm not sure how it's
Yeah,
pronounced.
whatever it is. Yeah.
The Barcelona centre back. I really
I
liked
know,
him.
I know.
Fabulously quick. Did you see that at the moment when they were playing a friendly against Real Madrid in the US in the pre-season, like, and Rudiger had just signed for Real Madrid, and he gave him a 10-yard head start, and Araujo was past him. It was like watching a winger burst past a struggling centre back. He absolutely destroyed him. It was, he is I really like Araujo. I've got to say, he's a great footballing centre back. He's the one that I would have closest to Saliba, as my second choice, which is why I went for him. I mean, obviously there's a few others. I mean,
Oh,
who are
there's
your?
another obvious out for you.
Yeah, obviously Canate was an obvious shout. I know what you. But I was
No, no,
thinking
I
of
knew.
two
No,
more from the
I'm
Premier League.
going for
Obviously
someone else.
Saliba. Oh, who were you thinking?
Oh, I guess.
Right-sided, I'm talking about.
No, I'm just talking about the next centre back on your
Oh
list.
yeah, you know who I'm going to pick for the next one.
Yeah, okay.
Which is why I left Saliba. I thought, no, you can't be too. You've got to make some different choice. I just couldn't find another left-sided centre back that I really liked in the age group.
I will give you the option. Like once
Who?
you take him away, I'll give you
Josko
the other guy.
Gvardiol obviously is the one I've gone for.
Yeah, a very good player, and
Yeah.
still only 21.
Yep. And a big Liverpool fan, so that gives him a plus point for
That
me.
just makes and that just makes him a little less likable.
Him and his dad were in Istanbul in 2005. But anyway, so who was the other left? Who's the other options? Because I only thought of two, both in the Premier League, other than Canate, obviously, and Saliba,
Who? So who are the other two you thought of?
Romero and Botman.
I've not seen Botman play so I'm not gonna. Oh,
Like.
by the
I
way,
haven't seen him play for
just
Newcastle, I've
before.
got to say, but I had seen him play before in yeah, was it France?
Yeah, for with Leo.
Yeah, Lille. Yes, it. Couldn't think of it was. Yeah, and I did like him. I've got to say, I was a bit surprised he ended up at Newcastle. I thought, someone like Chelsea would have been in for him.
Well, I have to correct myself and say that Guardiola is till 20, yet to turn 21 actually.
Hmm. Oh.
Soon turning 21, but still 20. He's 20 until the day he's 21, so I was wrong there. So, anyways, yeah, like it's a rarity. Like me getting things wrong is a rarity, so I have to point it out.
Is it? It's a rarity, is it? It only happens like 500 times a minute. Yeah.
Well, Botman actually, like, because of my complete lack of knowledge, and the only knowledge I have of Botman is that he's quite slow and slow on the turn.
That's his issue. Is he is a bit slow, but
Yeah.
so is people like Skriniar, but it don't stop him being good defenders. And that's what he is. He's a good defender.
Well, if you mention Skriniar, then probably you are aware of his centre back partner, who makes the cut
Yeah.
in my team, Alessandro Bastoni.
Yeah, he was the other one. The other one that I thought of, but I haven't seen enough of him. Is the problem. I thought, no, I'm going to go for players that I've seen a lot of. Like,
Well, I like the looks of Bastoni. He was quite good
mm,
in the Euros as well for Italy.
he's
He
ridiculously
seems to
high,
love
isn't
a
he?
yellow card though.
Yeah, yeah. He does like get himself into trouble, doesn't he? But
Yeah, he loves a yellow card, but hasn't gotten himself the
that's
reputation of Ramos yet with
yeah,
getting sent off. That's the most important thing.
yeah. It's not so bad getting booked in every game if it just means you're putting the frighteners on your opponent, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Could do so that's not it's not the worst.
I'm surprised neither of us went for the 60, 70 odd million guy. Jules Koundé.
Yeah, I saw his name in there, but I've got to admit, every time I've watched him, I've not thought he's very good. Good on the
Recently?
ball, but yeah, I mean, I've seen him once this season, and like, but it's that's the most recent I've seen is once this season for Barcelona. He didn't impress me, but they were not. I mean, obviously it's early days in his career, but he doesn't look comfortable to me. He's certainly
Yeah,
not.
well, but sometimes players take time to
Yeah,
settle down.
exactly. That's what I was just about to say. Is
Yeah.
it's early days. He might uh, need to bed in, like, but yeah, he's not really.
Well, he was quite impressive for Sevilla whenever I watched him. Much better than Diego Carlos.
Yeah, I've got to say, I did think he was the better of the two, but I wasn't that impressed with Carlos, to be honest, at all. In fact, you're talking about rash players. He was very rash, I thought.
Well, if you want someone who is rash and cost 75 odd million, then you could have gone with Wesley Fofana.
That is a shocking buy by Chelsea. Forget the injuries. I just don't
No, it's
understand. What did they see in him?
it's such a good buy that now they've gone 6 months on. They've gone on and seem to have signed another young, upcoming French centre back, who
Hmm.
is much better, I guess. I guess from like I have to say, from my impressions of him, the very little I've seen, Benoit Badiashile is
Yeah, but
gonna be
being
much
better than
better.
Fofana is not really like
No, but that's the
it's
start. That's the start.
yeah. It's like
He's
saying
another guy like
it's like
he's
saying you're a
another guy
better
who
actor
could
than
have made
Keanu
the cut.
Reeves.
Yeah, but
It's not a high bar to beat.
it also means that clearing that bar might be enough if some other things work for you.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean he looks a good player, Badishile. I'm surprised he'd not been snapped up sooner. I've got to say. I think he could turn out to be he'd certainly be better than Fofana. At least he might stay fit for a game or two as well. For
Well,
some
he
reason,
would have been like he would have been better for us instead of Maguire.
yeah, yeah. I'm surprised he didn't buy him instead of Maguire. It was an odd one.
Yeah, that was because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's all British policy. Remember when that window when we only signed British players?
Was that what made the choice for him? Because it's
I
very
don't,
odd.
I'm like, I'm just speculating on that fact, but that is one of the reasons. Like, and I'm not making unfounded speculation. Eric Bailly has come out and said that there was English bias under Ole Gunnar
Hmm.
Solskjaer.
Oh yeah,
Maybe that
very much.
could have been a like deciding factor as well, among many others.
Very.
Maguire was much older, so you would expect him to settle down and play more consistently on paper.
Well, not if you'd seen him
Well,
play
I guess
before.
no, but I guess he has been consistent. He has been consistently poor.
Then, to be
That's
fair,
the
a
only
lot
issue.
of people were raving about Maguire when he was at Hull. I think, and Leicester. I think I was about the only person that was saying he was crap. I think everyone else seemed to think he was going to be the answer, going to be a great English centre back, and that like.
Well, maybe at least for this podcast, he doesn't qualify, so we should stop
Oh yeah, stop talking about him.
talking
Yeah,
about it.
forget him. But yeah, that
Some
Bradley
other,
Shilling.
some other mentions for like honorable mentions for this would be Castello Luqueba at Lyon, who has a very growing reputation.
Hmm.
Julian Timber at Ajax,
Yeah,
another guy with
haven't
growing
seen enough of
reputation.
yeah, but either of them is the problem. That's
And
why I
that is why they
look at
like
them.
that is why they're only honorary mentions on my
Yeah,
list.
it's a shame for him because you can't look.
I realized one thing, like if you want to look at young centre backs, you just have to look at France's list of players. They've
Yeah,
got so many highly rated youngsters playing consistent minutes in the leagues all over.
it's strange, isn't it? How they've suddenly seem to be able to produce so many.
Yeah, you've got Saliba and Konate in the Premier League, Upamecano and what's it like
I don't think I,
Simakan.
I don't think I'd
Uh,
even consider Upamecano though.
yeah, but he was the starting centre back in the World Cup final. Come on,
I know, and that's why they didn't win.
not really. Come
That
on.
was a huge part of it. Let's be honest, because he's hopeless. If they'd have had Kanate or Saliba there, they wouldn't have conceded those 2 goals early on. He is abysmal, that Upamecano. At the
There's
moment,
also
not
Maxence Lacroix.
he's not abysmal all the time, but at the moment he is, and he's not good enough on the ball to make up for his poor, when he's out of form. He's not one of those that you can put in like,
He's too physical. That's the issue, man. He's too physical, and that I guess that's one of the reasons he's not a good defender because he was very physically developed from an early age.
hmm. He's just, he's injury prone, he's rash, he's positionally inept, he's not good on the ball, he's handsy, he tends to grab a lot. You could go through the list of all the things you don't want in a centre back, and I think he'd probably make 99% of them, wouldn't he?
Well, he's quick. That he would be.
Yeah, and that's it. The only thing he's got is he's pacey. But if you're out of position if you're in position in the first place, you don't need to be that quick.
Maybe we should also give a mention to Matthias de Ligt. No, neither one of us is a fan, but just
I
for
didn't even.
completion's sake.
Yeah. I just looked at him and went, nah.
No,
Don't
I
rate
just
him at
only
all.
googled him. Like I am aware of him, but I only googled him now to check whether he is actually of
Oh,
the
didn't you
correct
just? I just did
category.
transfer market and did the, set the, did the, you get the, there's the search function on there. I just
Yeah, but
set the,
that's for you people like you, forgetful guys like you, not for old elephant like me.
yeah. Well, just saying it would have helped you because then you'd have known their ages would definitely be right because it shows them in their ages.
No, but my point is like I had a few guys on my head, like they were gonna be the only guys making it.
I need them all. I need them all. Show off. Just 'cause you're
Yeah,
not.
Delete wouldn't have made the list. I only
No, no, he wouldn't, would he?
remembered him because of Upamecano being mentioned.
Yeah, they're both. I
And
think they're
and
both
if
up
I'm
there
like if
coming.
I'm being honest, Upamecano also didn't make my shortlist. I
No,
only mentioned it.
no, they were kind of like ones that we could have picked but never even considered
No,
or might
once people
consider.
no, those are the guys one of the people might give a shout out for, and I'm just gonna tell them we didn't forget them. We just don't rate them high enough.
Yeah, yeah, good thinking. Should we move on from centre backs then to left backs?
Yeah, another position that doesn't give too many options.
No,
Not many
really
standout.
didn't.
Uh, so who have you gone for at left back?
Tarek Mitchell of Palace.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I could give you much better names, and I'm not. And that's not a
No, I
knock
like
on
him.
Tyreek Mitchell.
I like him, but I just looked at it and I thought I wanted somebody. I just wanted to keep it a bit less. The obvious ones. I think you know who I'm going to say is the obvious one.
Who's the obvious one? Does he play for Bayern Munich?
Yes, yeah, he's the obvious one, isn't he? Is that who you picked?
Like that. Like the first few moments, I thought there is no left back. Then Alphonso Davies popped
Yeah,
in my head. I have two other names to throw at you as well. If you want to change, you can change. You can take anyone from these three: Davis, Nuno Mendes at PSG, and David Raum.
I thought about Ram, but I've not seen enough of him. I'm not mad keen on,
Nuno.
yeah, Nuno Mendes. I'm not mad keen on him. He can't defend. He doesn't even show signs that he's capable of it. And who was the other one? I've forgotten who the other one was already. Jesus.
Alfonso Davis.
Oh, Alfonso Davis, I think is the best of them, but I assumed you'd have him. So
If
I'd
you want
pick
Davis, you
somebody
can
else.
take Davis. I'll
Oh,
take
oh,
either Raum or Mendes.
oh well, I'll take Davies then, because he's by far and away the best left back in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah, but not many
Brilliant player.
standard options. Like Chilwell probably is of that criteria. I think he's
Hmm.
24. No,
Yeah.
he's 26.
I
Sorry,
was
he's
going to say,
26.
isn't he a bit older?
He
Yeah.
doesn't qualify. Yeah,
Cucurella does, just.
yeah, but he's not having the best of seasons.
Yeah, I know, I was going to say that. If we was play, he's just not at it this season. He's not been good since joining Chelsea, unfortunately.
Yeah, not the like left back is in general a problem position for quite a few teams. So. Oh, I could have just given Tyrell Malacia mention as well.
Who's that?
Our Dutch left back, Tyrell Malacia.
Oh, yeah, Malaysia, yeah. I thought it was Tyrrell, Malaysia.
Who cares? Like if I pronounce it some way, if I'm wrong, then their
Yeah.
name is wrong,
That's
not me.
okay, yeah, I know.
I'm never wrong.
No, yeah,
It's established now.
yes, yeah, you're wrong. No, right, so yeah. Yeah, I thought I did think about him, but then I looked at it, I don't know, he's not in the I don't think he's at the same level.
Come on,
I
he's
think
struggling to get past Luke Shaw, and I don't expect him to be a first choice player in the Premier League. We didn't pay the money. We didn't have the expectation for him to deliver those sort of performances to play that role. But I guess he's one of the transfers that's actually worked for us.
yeah,
So, anyways, Nuno Mendes or David Raum.
okay. Which
Who
one?
do I go with? Yeah, Nuno Mendes. Yeah, what the hell?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not convinced he can defend from what I've seen of him. I mean, like, not
Yeah, but
that
he's
he.
very quick.
Yes,
He's
he is.
very quick.
Yeah. So's Tarek Mitchell. But you don't like him, do you?
No, I think he's good, but not brilliant. He's
Yeah.
solid, but unspectacular.
I think that's more the way Palace play.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like with Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well, I would have said maybe he's a good attacker. We never know because he was never expected to deliver in attack at all. So something similar with Tyreek Mitchell as well. I'm not saying he's as poor in attack as Wan-Bissaka was, but
That's the one
he
Bissaka been having a better season this season. Since
he's
the
better two games, buddy. Come
yeah,
on, it's
since the
just two
World Cup, I'm
games.
saying. Sorry, I meant because it's the season. It's basically a new season, isn't it? Because you've had the pre-World Cup season, and now this is the post-World Cup season. It's not the same season, is it? Let's be honest. It's completely messed up the season. You can't really call it the same season anymore. So, yeah, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I prefer Alfonso Davis. As I said, he's my first choice, but I just thought you'd have him. So,
No, Davis is like Trent. Like if you ask someone to pick a whole 11, there's a chance he
yeah.
gets into it. Let alone a DiCaprio 11.
Yeah, he's one of those that's that good. He makes it in. Though to be fair, there's not many. I mean, there's not many left backs. I mean, Robertson would normally have
Robbo
been
and
in
maybe
it.
Cancelo
Has
and
has has had a bad season. Cancelo's struggling this season. So yeah,
Teo Hernandez is one of those guys I would give a mention
which one?
for
Sorry,
left back. Teo Hernandez,
who's he
AC
play for?
Milan.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, sorry. Yes, Theo. Ah, now I know you mean Teo. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's spelt Theo in English, so I read it as the, I think of it as
Yeah,
Theo in my head. I know it's
but you
Teo.
can't read English. You can't read
I know.
English. You can only read Scouse.
Yes. Hello. So it's Teo. Anyway, should we move on next one? Because like we've established, there's not much choice in left backs. And then I went with defensive midfield and two central midfielders. What about you?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's all right then.
I've gone with the similar
Oh, that's
structure.
that's good then. This is easy, isn't it? This worked well. So
Yeah,
what?
next up is a defensive midfielder. It's a very easy shootout. You go for one guy, I go for the other.
We'll let you go first this time. You pick your man.
No,
I
no,
think you might be
like
surprised.
because no, Chouameni,
But
Aurelien Chouameni.
that was the one I would have gone for if, but I knew you'd have him, so I had it down as the backup in
No,
case you
but
didn't go.
I guess since I'm half Asian, half Irish,
Hmm.
the half
On
Asian
your
says go
Bazza
for
side.
no, yeah. On my brother side, I'm Irish. Like the half Asian says go for rice, the half Irish says fuck rice.
Go for rice. Yeah, you can't pick rice. But I've gone with somebody different because I like
Cool.
rice, as you know. But really impressed with Tyler Adams at Leeds.
But come on, Declan Rice is a better player than Tyler Adams. He's just taking the piece now.
Yes, I agree with you. And like in an eyes, but I just thought like the choices. I thought you were gonna go for either Tchouaméni or Rice. So I thought like
Okay.
if you go for Rice, I'd go with Tchouaméni. If you go with Tchouaméni, I'd go with Adams just to be different.
Okay, I'll take Rice, you take Chouameni.
Okay
It's
then, yeah,
settled.
I really do like that Tyler Adams though. I think he's an excellent player. Been brilliant for Leeds this season. When he hasn't played, they look a totally different size. Do you not
But
think, or have
not,
you not seen
not,
much?
yeah, but I've not seen much of Leeds, but
Oh,
not,
he's been
not too many
outstanding.
young
Their best
defensive midfielders about either.
their best player by a country mile, I think, this season.
Like you realize once you start making this, like centre backs, you get a few guys playing, especially in a three at the back
Mm.
system. With right backs, you get plenty of options, but left back and defensive midfielders,
Yeah,
you
there was
either
so
get
many, wasn't there?
you either get very good players or you just don't get names.
Yeah, I mean, those three that we've named, I think were the only three actual options.
Kamavinga, what
Yeah,
about
but
him?
he's more of a midfielder. That's what I mean. He's more of a central midfielder. He can play there, but so can a lot of players. But Enzo Fernandez can play there as well. But he's not really a defensive midfielder, is he? So I didn't go with it. I thought Tchouaméni or Tyler Adams or Rice were the three. The only three that I thought were worth picking, to be honest, for that position. I do like Camavinga, it must be said, but not as a defensive midfielder.
Well, I would have said give Darren Koopmeiners a mention, but he has moved a bit further upfield as well. Plays more as a 8 or even a number 10 for
Yeah,
Atalanta.
yeah, exactly. There's not many options, not many players who play there regularly.
Yeah, the likes of Tonali and all, they're more of a centre midfielders.
Yeah,
Maybe we should just move to centre midfield.
yeah, okay, yeah, we'll move on. So we picked two, I take it each.
No, you pick one, I pick two, and then you pick one. You can't have two good picks at first and then leave me with two lesser picks.
No. I'll pick one. John, you pick one, and then you pick the other, and then I'll pick my last. Yeah, no, that's fine. There's plenty to choose from for this position. I thought,
Yeah,
and
but
you know
who's
who
gonna
I'm gonna
pick?
pick. You know who I'm gonna pick as the first one.
Hey Jude.
Yeah. I just sung that, but I don't know how it goes.
I've never actually listened to the song.
I don't know what this. I probably have heard it. My mum and dad were both into the Beatles, but I no idea. So, yeah, Jude Bellingham, obviously, the first choice for me.
Probably gonna be your captain as well, eh?
Definitely. Oh, Trent might have got it though.
No, but come on,
Groucho's a
Bellingham.
captain as well as his Vardy. They all play captain.
No, but Bellingham is the obvious shot for captain as well.
Hmm. Yeah. No, he'd be my.
Unless you've got someone else in attack.
No, it'd be Bellingham would be my captain.
So okay, I guess I have to go with Fede Valverde,
I thought you would do. That's why I didn't pick him at all.
a very good player.
Hmm. Oh,
In with us out as one of the top three centre midfielders in the world.
oh
Period.
yeah. Excellent player.
Well, actually, he would be like in my top three right now. De Bruyne, Modric, and Valverde.
Oh,
So, anyways, De Bruyne and Modric don't qualify. Next step
yeah.
on my list is Jamal Musiala. Let's just get it done with. The heir apparent to Thomas Muller,
Hmm.
an excellent player.
See, I wasn't sure what. This is the problem with some of them. I wasn't sure where to put him.
Yeah, but if you have Rice and Valverde, so then
Yeah, you can pick him in
he gets
midfield,
the.
but he's more.
If
You
you,
know, most of the time I watch him, he plays wide. So
yeah, but he's very good centrally as well.
oh yeah,
Sometimes he comes in instead of Muller. Sometimes they both play. He's
oh, he's
very
an excellent
versatile.
player.
It's like,
Oh, I really like
yeah.
him. Yeah, he's a great choice. But I just didn't know where to pick him. That's the only reason I didn't pick him. Because where'd you pick him? I didn't know where to put him. So
Well, it was very easy for me to put him in centre midfield because there are so many options in attack.
mm. Well, I mean, I was torn between there's Camavinga, like I said earlier, Enzo Fernandez, Yunus Musa. I like McKennie at Juve as well, but I thought suit the style of player I'd want my team to play. I want my Caicedo.
Oh, you have him as a centre midfield. Okay. So again, something similar. Bellingham gets the freedom of attack.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Caicedo does the dirty work, donkey work, so to speak.
Yeah, but so would Chouameni for you.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. But, but sometimes you need two. You know, you need two workhorses sometimes in midfield with the ability to swap places. Caicedo's better on the ball, I think, than most people give him credit for as well.
Yeah, but
And you
neither
picked
one of us.
Valverde, so
Yeah, neither one of us went for the Golden Boy winner.
yeah, Pedri and Gavi were both in the list, but like I looked at them and thought, do you know what? I'm not convinced either of them would suit the way I want to play.
Yeah, not just suit the play. Like I rate them below the guys I've mentioned.
Yes, yeah,
Idiot.
that's the other thing as well. You got a good point there. Yeah, that's a very fair point. But they're a lot younger than like Valverde and that anyway, aren't they? So
Yeah, but like Pedri is probably older than Bellingham. Gavi is younger, I guess.
oh yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
guessing off the top of my head.
yeah. I think
They're
that
of
is
similar
true.
age. Pedri and Bellingham are maybe of a similar-ish age. Let me just have a Google instead of just spouting nonsense. Pedri is how old is Pedri? 20.
Yeah, I think Pedri's 20. No, is it Gavi?
Jude is 19. Yeah,
19. One of them's
Jude is
19, isn't
19.
it?
Yeah, and Gavi is I guess 18, turning 19, just turned 19, something like that. He's 18, Gavi.
Yeah, 18. Wow, I thought it was 19. But so yeah, fair play to him for not being. That's probably why he's not quite near the rest. Should we move on to? I think
Attack.
yeah, right wing first. You want to do?
Yeah, you take the pick. You take a pick.
Do you know what? There was so few options here. I could see they all seem to be ones that play all over the park. And well, you know who I love, Kulusevski of Spurs. I think he's a brilliant player. So I went with him.
Can I make a very cheeky peek just to annoy you
Go on.
and play him slightly out of position. Kylian Mbappe.
Yes, I did think of that. That was my option. Is I was trying to figure out. I couldn't figure out where to put Mbappe again because of the way I'm playing. You know the system we're choosing. He plays best off a striker, isn't he? You know, and one off, one up, one off is where he
I
plays
think
the
like
best.
I think he's I think he's best in the Cristiano Ronaldo role that he played at Real Madrid in these latter days.
Yeah, when he
Not starting, yeah, not starting as a center forward when you already have have Benzema as the
yeah,
guy in center, but just moving around the goal.
yeah, exactly. He needs the freedom, doesn't he? And that's why he did. That's the only reason why I haven't put him in in my team anyway. So you see you've got him because I didn't put him in because again, like Musiala, I just couldn't figure out where to put him. I literally couldn't decide where to put him, so I ended up thinking I just won't. Even though I love Mbappe, as you know, it's one of my favourite players.
Yeah, but if we are just playing football on in our mind, then
Yeah,
I will have like Musiala and Mbappe just switching around.
yeah.
Like Mbappe comes in the middle, Musiala provides the width, or maybe Valverde provides the width. This coaching job is very easy. I don't know why people fail at it.
Mm. I mean, you could play Mbappe anywhere, really. I think, couldn't you?
Yeah.
He was
The
really
only
good
other
on the
like
right wing. To be fair, when he played there before, he was brilliant there.
that is where he broke through at
Yeah,
Monaco, isn't it? More as a right-sided attacker.
yeah, he was right winger for even when he first went to PSG. He played a lot of
PSG,
that
yeah,
on the right. So yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I think that's an excellent choice. But like I said, I just couldn't. I wanted him up front really, but I couldn't fit him. But the system I'd went with, just yeah, yeah. And there wasn't a lot of choice at right wing, so he's probably the
There are
best
like, come on,
option.
mate. There are. There's Bukayo Saka. There's Anthony.
Again, Bukayo Saka's not really a right. Again, it's where you put him. He's left winger at his best for me.
Yeah, but he's been playing right wing and
And
playing very
Anthony's
well.
shit. I'm sorry, he's just a show pony. He's a show pony that can barely stand on one foot, let alone kick with it. He's not. I'm not a fan of his at all. I never rated him. I didn't understand why you bought him. I really don't. Bit of a one-trick pony for me. He's got the potential. Don't get me wrong. He's got the potential to be brilliant. But right now, he's awful because he just has one trick and that's it. Do you like him?
He's not 100 million pound, 100 million euros. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I doubt he even has much potential to get there. Like being very good is different to being 100 million euros good.
Yeah. Unless things change in terms of like values, they
You
shoot
never
up
know.
again.
Like players, yeah. Sometimes players can just like explode.
Yeah, or the values. I mean, they around the world shoot up because like somebody goes and pays 500 million for someone, so suddenly 100 million euros seems cheap. That could change it as well.
You take a peek at centre forward now or left wing, whichever side you want to go.
Should we go left wing first? Me, because
Okay.
or do you want
No,
to
you
go?
can
Because
go.
I
You
went
can go.
last. Okay. I know you're gonna go for on the left wing, so I
I
didn't go for him.
doubt. I doubt you know who I'm gonna go
Oh,
for.
I thought you'd go with Cavaradonna.
I thought you were gonna say I was gonna go with someone else.
Rafael Leao was the other one. So
Yeah.
so I went for your mate, just so you could say him.
No, come on. Hakpo doesn't get it. Like Hakpo doesn't get it. There is no way
Oh,
Hakpo
come
gets it.
on. You have to have him in just so you can say him.
No, but Hakpo could have been an honorable mention. We could have said
No, I just
just
wanted to
like
give it a
some other.
chance. And, like,
No, but I think like there are three standout candidates if you rule out Mbappe completely.
yeah.
Rafa Leao,
Yep.
Vinicius Junior,
Yep.
and just on the back of the past 6 months, Maradona,
They were the
Twitter,
three I had
Twitter
down as well.
paraphilia.
I just literally put Gakpo down so you could say it. That was it.
Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, I couldn't resist. The moment I saw his name, I couldn't. You know when you can't, you're looking at the others and you're thinking, "Oh, who do I pick?" And I just couldn't stop seeing his name in front of me. Just hearing it in my head, you saying it. So I had to say it. So I had to have him in. But like, yeah, if I was actually gonna pick one, oi, I think I'd pick Vinicius Junior. Though that is a choice and a half, that isn't it? Those three.
No, but Vini is very good. Like he's
Oh, he's
been playing
brilliant.
very good for the past year or so.
Oh, he's brilliant. But
Before that, he
Leao and
was like,
Kvarat.
yeah, but Leao won the most valuable player in Serie A and literally won Milan the league title. Such a hard choice. And Kuicha has just a cool name and like he has. When you watch him play, like he has a lot of very good attributes. Especially, I just like the way he plays with his head up. He's very aware of his
Hmm.
surroundings. That's
Yeah,
always a good sign. So you took Vinny Jr. I don't know, Leao or Maradona. Leao or Maradona.
like I said, I was worried about him. That Kvaradona. I think it was you that sent me the link of his goals
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and his assists. I've got to say, I just think most of them, a competent keeper would have stopped. I don't think they. You can see good points about him. He's strong. He's quick. He's make great movement.
Two-footed.
Two-footed. Yeah, he's excellent with either foot. He's good vision and all that. But
Got a lovely cross as well.
yeah, but the problem is, would he have been as successful if he'd played up against top-class keepers? But then again, you look around the world, there's not that many top-class keepers, is there? So
Rafa Leao is the Rafa Leao for me.
yeah, okay. It's a
Yeah,
tough
but
choice,
just imagine,
all three of them are good. Let's be honest. You could.
yeah, just imagine the explosion in the team, like the pace
Hmm.
with Mbappe and Leao. Like I call
I
Leao the
thought you meant with
Portuguese
Haspo,
Mbappe. So
because he's quick as well.
no, but Gakpo is not. He's not your Dutch Mbappe. Gakpo isn't Dutch Mbappe. Leao is just the Portuguese Mbappe, if you ask me. Once he gets going, like he's
Hmm.
physically very like he can bully past players, he can outmuscle players. Has a lovely finish on him as well now.
Yeah, excellent player. I really like him. It is a tough choice between any of them, really. So go on then, centre forward.
I guess I have to be loyal to my boy and go for Dusan Vlahovic. I don't care how many goals
Yeah,
Erling Haaland scores, it's gotta be Dusan Vlahovic.
I think Vlahovic is a better player. And I've got to be honest, having watched Haaland for City, I'm still not convinced I'd want him in my team because, as you've seen with City, he scored huge amounts of goals, and he did with Dortmund, and he did. But he takes too much of the play away from the team. So if you play him, he tends to take over, and it stops being this. And you've got to, when you built a great team, you need a player that fits into the team, don't you? Obviously, there's Nunes. I love Nunes, but he's not scored enough goals, so that rules him out. Alvarez isn't ready. You've already had Mbappe, so I couldn't even pick him. So I mean, I'm going to go with Jonathan David.
What? You're not gonna go with Erling Haaland?
No, like I said, I wouldn't have
Come
him
on,
in my
like
team. Brilliant as he is at goal scoring, when you watch him, City are not as good with him in the team, and Dortmund were not as good with him in the team because he takes too much of the play away. And then you get, you know what I mean? Do you know?
yeah, I know. Like I
What
agree
it
with the
always
points you're
takes me back,
making.
I'll go back a long way from when I was a little kid, and Everton. They had Andy Gray in the side, won the league in the 80s. Got rid of Andy Gray because he was getting on a bit, suffering a few injuries, and Howie Candle brought in Gary Lineker. Scored hatfuls of goals, was top scorer in the league. Scored many more goals, probably twice as many as Andy Gray did the season before, but they failed to win the league because everything was about Gary Lineker scoring, and the team suffered even though he scored many, many goals for them. They're not as good a team, and I think that's the same with City and with Dortmund before. He doesn't make a team better, but he scores hundreds of goals. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because I'm not sure I'm explaining myself very well.
So what you're basically saying is he's a Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, just similar with
The
Cristiano
Cristiano
Ronaldo. Another
Ronaldo
one.
last year.
Yeah, well, even before that, I don't think he made the team better. I don't think he made the team better earlier. I mean, at Juventus, he made their team worse. And in the last few years at Real Madrid, I don't think he improved their team. It was Benzema's work that made him able to do what he did. But I don't think they were better because he was in the team, if you see what I mean. Great player as he was, that's not there's no dispute he was a great player. I just, sometimes having a great player in your team can take away from the team. You see what I mean? So it's really difficult to explain what I mean. I just think sometimes you want a player who's a team player first and foremost, but still score. I still think that David would score goals, lots of goals, if you put him with that team. I mean, he's had so many chances. I think even Nunes had scored at full at the moment. I think Nunes will anyway in time, but yeah, it's Haaland. He doesn't play for the team. He plays for goals, and it's.
Just go for Darwin Nunez then if you want.
But it was when I tell you what he definitely reminds me of. It's that period when Harry Kane was battling with Salah all the time for the Golden Boot. You remember, and he was claiming goals that clearly didn't touch.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Swearing on, yeah.
When he was at that period, and he was just shooting and everything. He had to be setting him up for a shot. Everything. That was all they could do. Spurs, and they suffered badly. They looked half the team. I think that's the difference. Kane, when he plays for the team, he's a great assist maker. You know what I mean? He's a great creative player. He's more than a striker. And when he plays like that, he's brilliant. But he always has that, that tendency to just forget for a bit about the team and just start playing for himself. And he's not as good. You know what I mean? And the team suffers because of it. And I think that's what Haaland is. He'll score hundreds of goals always, but I think the team suffers because of it. And I think he's the reason why they're not not right on Arsenal's tail at least, or even ahead of them. And I know that may sound stupid and people are going to laugh at it, but that's what I honestly believe, that a player like that is a problem rather than a man.
Okay, another guy that you could have gone for is Victor Osimhen.
Yeah,
I'm
not convinced by him at all, to be honest. Do you rate him?
But I think he has a bit of Darwin Nunez about him because he's so quick and always his play is inconsistent.
Yes, it is very inconsistent. I can see what you're saying there, but I just don't.
But with those kind of players, you never know whether they're a Lukaku or
I think he's a bit of
someone.
from what I've seen him, he looks a bit of a Lukaku. Too heavy.
You never know whether you never know whether they've got a heavy touch just in general or if it's because of the speed at which they move.
But I've seen him taking the ball on the well stood still,
Okay.
and it was a bad touch, and I thought, and you watch him and you think, yeah, I think it's more than just he's doing it quick. I used to like him. I used to think this could be, I used to think look out for him. I mean, like the sound of him, and I had to look at him because of that. And I've got to admit, what I've seen, I'm very disappointed. Doesn't look like the player. People are. I don't see why he's still at Napoli rather than.
No, but he's still at Napoli because this is the only, like, this is the first season he's, at least till now, not completely, like, gone off the rails with injury. He gets freaky injuries as well at that.
Yeah, that facial injury and stuff. A bit like Curtis Jones at Liverpool, where you just can't rely on him because they just seem to get injured when, for no reason whatsoever, they just seem to pick up something that you couldn't possibly expect, and it doesn't just keep them out for 1 or 2 games as well. It tends to drag on, doesn't it? It's quite worrying when a player does that. But yeah, for me, it would have been. I mean, Mbappe you'd already had. Vlahovic was the first choice, but I knew you'd want him, and I know you love him. So Alvarez of Man City. I mean, I like the look of him, but you need to see more of him to be sure. So that left Haaland, Nunes, and Jonathan David. And well, Nunes is out of form. He just isn't scoring as much as he should do. He's just moved to a new country and that, learning the lingo and all that. I mean, can't be easy learning Scouse when you're coming from Portuguese football. To be fair to the lad, yeah. So I saw David's one in form, and Haaland makes his team worse. Whereas David, when he plays, the team look better. So obviously
Well,
this
you
is.
could have gone with the 17-year-old wonder kid,
Hmm?
Yusuf Mukoko. He's 17 or 18.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Makuku. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
you're British, so 16 is just turned 18. So
yeah. But yeah, Makuku's a good player. He's a very good player. Yeah, good point.
no,
But
I'm just
I just
throwing
think
random
David.
names at you now.
Yeah, no, I think David and Nunes are the two that suit the team. I think better. That's why I would pick between them. Obviously, Vlahovic should be the
Okay.
first choice, but some bugger got him. Yeah, so I'll stick with David because I've already picked Liverpool player in Jude Bell. I mean Trent Alexander-Arnold. so,
Okay.
so yeah, you don't want to. I didn't want to have that. I didn't want to pick. I was trying to pick ones from different teams as well. You know what I mean? I didn't want to have just pick three from each. I was trying to keep it to one from a team as well. I know that wasn't part of the brief, but I just thought it'd be make it more difficult for yourself.
Okay. I guess I understand what you mean.
Yeah. So who would you go? If you were, if the, would you put Mbappe up front if you could, rather than on the
No,
wing?
because like,
You'd go Vlahovic still.
yeah, there's Vlahovic. Like, if there was someone similar to Vlahovic at right wing, like someone who I genuinely like, really, really like the looks of, then maybe.
Because I mean, obviously, like Mbappe for me is the best player in the world, I think, and you just squeeze him in somewhere if you hadn't. That's why I'd kept him as an option for up front. Like I don't think he's ideal for the way we're playing, but you just squeeze him in, don't you? So,
Okay, there's Federico Chiesa as well. Just as we speak, I remember. If he
oh
wasn't,
yeah,
if he wasn't injured,
yeah,
then maybe it would have been Chiesa, Mbappe, and Leao for me.
yeah, but he does,
I
yeah,
bloody love Federico Chiesa. Sadly,
yeah.
oh, he's already 25 now, so
Oh, is he?
that
No
rules him
way!
out. That rules
Wow.
him out.
Oh, I didn't realise he was 25. I thought he was 24.
I thought he was 23.
Uh, I like him. I could see why you'd pick him. I still think Vlahovic is the best all-round, actual, out-and-out striker around at the moment.
Yeah,
So
but
from,
He couldn't even get past what's his face, Alexander Mitrovic
No, it's because
for Serbia.
he wasn't fully fit.
I know.
So yeah, it'd been interesting if they'd what they'd have done there. Could they have gone
Yeah,
two
but
up
it's
top with
also
them
like
two?
not
Wow.
completely sure. But you're also not completely sure whether he missed because of injury or the off-field issues were kind of sort of true or whatnot.
Hmm. True. Yeah. Not like Benzema, where you know it was the off-field issues, the issue, the
Yeah.
problem. I mean, yeah, you don't know with him. But you're the expert on these kind of celebrity matters, because
Yeah.
you're the one that keeps abreast of these. So you should know. You should know the answer.
No,
You're
but
this.
I wasn't searching for the answer.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the celebrity special, special. What do you call them? Special correspondent. That's the word I was looking for.
There are a lot of like up and coming attackers you can see, like
There's,
especially strikers. With strikers, central strikers, you get a lot of up and coming guys. But when you move to around 24, 25, the peak is when players start to peak. You see a dearth of quality there. Actually,
hmm.
not many standout guys.
So what would we put on the
Functional.
bench? How many you got? 7. So you're gonna have to be choosy. Keeper.
Yeah, keeper. Like if you're gonna go with Diogo Costa, then I'm fine with Ilan Melia.
Yeah, I had the raw with them too. I think.
Yeah.
Um, whichever way round, whichever one you go for, I'll have the other. Doesn't matter. But
Okay,
then you got
Melia for me because I can't give you both French guys.
yeah.
Just for that.
Okay, so we got
On
6
for
other
right back.
players. No, you've only got to
Yeah.
have because you only get well. Are we unless you're doing how big's the bench these days?
No, no, we'll just do 7.
Oh yeah.
Forget about okay.
So you want ones that can fill a gap. Well, we've got because I've got Guardiola who can play left back, so I'd want another centre back on the bench.
Yeah, but you've also got Ronald Araujo who can play right back.
Right
So
back, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'd want another centre. That's what I meant. Like I've got 2 centre backs. Sorry, did I
okay,
not say that? I thought so. I'd go with Kanate as
yeah,
well.
okay, Konate only.
Yeah, so that's my second substitution because then you've got the full-back areas covered as well, or the option
Yeah.
to switch to a back 3 if you wanted as well.
Yeah, see here I would bring in Jules Koundé
Yeah,
because he would provide a bit of experience. He provides a bit of versatility. He's covered right back as well.
hmm.
And maybe I'll go with Reece James
Yeah,
because
yeah, because he can play centre back.
yeah.
He's actually a better defender as a centre back than he is as a full back.
So you only have one defender, or you're going with 2?
Well, I was trying to think who else I'd put on the bench. Maybe Romero. So then you got 2 centre back because the other 2 can obviously play full back, and Kanate can also play full back. So I think I'd go Christian Romero as the second one. Just
Okay, okay. I give you that. I give you that. Well, in midfield, I'd go with. I don't know whether I should go with Enzo Fernandez or not.
it's him or Camavinga. I think you've got to go one of those 2, haven't you?
Okay, you go with Kamavinga. I'm taking Enzo.
Yeah, I think that's a fair deal.
Okay, and then there's Tonali as well
Yeah,
on my bench.
I'd probably go with maybe I'd mm, I think McKennie or Musa. And I know McKennie's not wanted at Juve, but I don't understand why because he's a very good young player. Maybe Musa though. Yeah, go
No,
with
but there
Musa.
are other guys. No, 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 no. Wait.
Have you
I'm
got
not
someone
going
else?
with Enzo. I'm not going with Enzo. You can take Enzo.
Oh,
I'm
I'll have
going with
Enzo and
10 coup
Camavinga
minus.
then.
Yeah, I'm going with 10 coup minors.
Oh yeah, Koopmeyers. Yeah, you said about him earlier, but you never.
Yeah, Coop
Yeah.
Miners and Tonali.
Is it Miners or Myers?
I don't care. If I say Miners, it's gotta be Miners. And if it
Okay.
is not, he's just gonna have to change his name.
Yeah, he's just gonna
That's
have
the
to.
way it works.
Yeah, that's the way it should do. It's a bit like Terry Henry. Everyone kept calling him Thierry Henry, but it's clearly Terry Henry, isn't it?
Okay,
Well,
two
who else?
attackers, two attackers. Or you can have another
Oh
midfielder or defender if you want.
no, I was thinking I would have. I'd have Hakpo in because he can play all across the front.
Okay, you can take Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, and now you get a chance to say it again. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
who else instead of now? Who else to finish it off? We've got Gakpo in there now. One more.
I would have Darwin Nunes
Okay,
because
so
obviously
no
you've got
Liverpool bias
Mbappe.
there. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no.
no, no. He works hard, and players that come that can work hard and put a shift in is what you want on the bench, really, because you don't know what, and they can play anywhere.
Yeah, that's gonna be my thing now. I'm gonna have Bukayo Saka and
Yeah, I like
Maradona.
Saka.
Yes, Maradona.
See, I really like Saka. I think he's a brilliant player. I think he's
I've
one of the.
just made up. Like I just made up. I've got Maradona in.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, quite pleased. That would be a good team. But you wouldn't have him. What would you do if you? Oh, you've got Mbappe. I forgot. I just
Yeah, I've got
realised you've got
Mbappe. That's
Mbappe, so
that's
you could
how
just
the
move him
competition works.
about. Yes, you could just move him about. Yeah, yeah, that works out as a good team, I think.
Yeah, like
And
I can
that's
bring Saka in and just move him
and
in,
Saka can
move him
cover
up
left
inside.
back as well,
Yeah.
or right back. He's played left back, right midfield, left midfield, right wing,
Attacking
left
midfield,
wing,
number
and
10.
attacking midfield.
Yeah.
If he plays up front and in central midfield as well, he'll have played everything.
Well, maybe if Saliba is his partner, he can even make two as a
Oh
centre
yeah,
back.
that's true. Anybody I think could pretty much play alongside Saliba. Uh, though apparently he wasn't that good against Brighton. I didn't see. Sorry. Oh, I didn't see the game, but oh god, I've got hiccups now. Typical. Yeah, I didn't see the game, but apparently he didn't play very well. They were saying he looked tired or jaded, more the expression. Which
Maybe he was more like Jude did.
I was gonna say, I was thinking more along the lines of he's probably pissed off. You know, his head's probably not right after being totally ignored in the World Cup when he was clearly their best player defensively. Not their best player in the squad. I mean, the best defender. I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, if you're sat on the bench watching Upamecano play your position, you've got to think how bad must that was the how low must he rate me to keep playing that donkey ahead of me?
Yeah, but you also like if you're him, you'll also be thinking like Konate, come on, man, he's hardly played enough minutes in the Premier League, while I am like at least the
Yeah, in the
top
team
two
leading this.
centre back in the league,
Yeah,
and I'm the guy for the leading team.
yeah, he's been the best player in the team top of the table in the Premier League, and yet he couldn't get near the team. It's bizarre. You do wonder what was wrong with Deschamps not picking him. It makes no sense. I could understand him going with Varane for the experience. No, that makes sense, and I fully understand that. But the Pemecano choice makes no sense. I mean, he wasn't even, he's been suffering with injuries. He's been completely out of form. No, I don't know why we're talking about the World Cup though. I don't know why we got distracted there. So, whose team do you think would win? That's the question.
My team wins. My team beats your team.
Oh, well, I think obviously because I'll be leading them is the problem, and they'll be being led by you. So they've got a disadvantage. You might be very good at saying, you might be better at saying their names, but you're still only on FIFA, whatever it is, 2008 or whatever, and I don't actually play FIFA, so Yeah, that's not a good one. I mean, my football manager game, as you can see, hasn't moved in about 3 months. Because I never play it. I only put it on for this, and I keep meaning to play it in the background, but never play it. So yeah, so we can't even prove by saying who's better on Football Manager. That's what we should do, actually.
But play Football Manager with our teams.
Yeah, we should do, use the editor to put our teams together and play a match against each other with them. See who wins. Wonder how you do that. I'll have to have a look, see if it's possible. If so, I'll put it on and leave it running in the background while we do the next podcast. And
Yeah,
we'll see
but come
which
on.
team wins.
On paper, my team wins. Come on. I've got the better
Mbappe.
keeper.
Mbappe
Yeah,
would win it for
that's.
you. Yeah, let's
I've
be
got the
honest.
better keeper.
Mbappe and Vlahovic, you should
No,
walk.
especially if it's a video game. If you had taken like Holland, then you never know.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Holland is a cheat code. Like,
it does tend to use, things like team chemistry and stuff in the game. So you never know. It could decide mine's a better team spirit. You know what I mean? We'll do it. I'll find out how to do it, and I'll do that ready for the next one. And we'll just leave it simulating the match in the background, so it'll play it. What do you reckon? I don't know if you can see
okay,
it.
okay.
But yeah,
No, I can watch it in
yeah.
retrospect.
I'll need to write them down again, won't I? I'll have to write it down properly, so I can I can edit it properly. But we'll do that. That should be something to watch in the background for people then. Make it a bit more interesting than just looking
Yeah.
at the screen, like.
Maybe we can do a poll on the sites. See which team people like more.
Well, for the 3 people that'll have watched, that'll have listened to this, you mean?
No, like we can post the teams.
Yeah,
We can post
yeah,
both your
yeah,
team and my
across all the
team, and then
sites. Yeah.
yeah,
But I think the best way is the football. That's what we should do with all. We should do this regularly. Every so often. Pick it to just set a
criteria.
set a random criteria every week, and we'll set it up to play in the background. Edit the teams
Okay.
together. We should do just at the end. We'll just quickly just pick pick teams each time. We'll do that. I think that'll make it give people something to watch, doesn't it? Rather than just we could just do a separate podcast for that. Teams, because here they do well. I don't know, I don't really watch any. Yeah, and we can get Billy to pick a team as well to play the winner. But I don't think he'd be any good at picking teams of players under 25. At his age,
No, maybe he can.
he'd only know
Maybe he
the
can.
over 40s.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. No, I was gonna say maybe he could pick a team from players who played in the 25, like 1925 era.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd love to.
That's his heyday.
Yeah. Well, 1825 is his heyday, but there was no professional football then, unfortunately. Bless him. Take care,
So,
Stephen.
anyways, whoever's listening, let us know which team you would rather go for.
Yeah, we'll have to. We'll do that though. I'll edit it and put it on the background for the next one. Yeah, I love that. And we'll do that from now on. We'll pick teams like that, and we'll just do one off. We'll even do tournaments. Pick a. If Billy picks one, and we get somebody else. We get the editors to all pick teams for this.
Oh, okay.
We can do mini tournaments and stuff then, can't we, in the background? So, see who comes out on top then, like a mini league between them, stuff like that. If I can figure out how to do it. Right. Anyway, I think we've finished now, haven't we?
Yeah, I think that's it. We're not gonna cover actual football.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Nothing to talk about. It's not like there's any football ongoing, is there? Because you didn't
No.
know that, did you? First thing you said when you said when I signed on is, I didn't know there was matches playing today.
Yeah, I like, but it's happened to me
I,
for
I,
3 days in a row.
that's what I was gonna say. And this is becoming a regular occurrence now. Every
Yeah,
time,
like
basically.
every evening, I when I just look into my phone and I see like there's some sort of spoiler for the result or some news from a match or whatever, and I go like, wait, there were matches like
Yeah,
last night when you messaged me saying like Holland has 8 more goals than the whole Everton squad put together.
yeah.
I thought it was
That was
just a
football
random
again.
stat without any context.
Yeah. You thought I was just taking the piss out of Billy, didn't you? Read
Yeah,
because we were
yeah,
about
like
to do the pod with him. Yeah. So we won't even mention like Dubravka getting record for Man United.
no, no.
No, we'll talk about that on Thursday. So thank you for listening, Stephen M. Harris. Who else was on? Keep it level. What's he said his name, but I've lost it now. Bollocks. This is the problem when you lose. When you look away from the chat. Not use people actually talking. It don't always do that. uh,
Just to finish it off, like since you've mentioned it quite a few times, would you take Weston McKennie at Liverpool
yes. Yeah, I would.
for
Yeah.
around about 30 million or something like that?
Yeah, I think he's a
That
good.
seems to be the number mooted
I think he's
for
a good
Juventus.
player. I think if Juve weren't in trouble financially and a bit of a mess, I don't think they'd be looking to sell him. Do you? Or
I
do you
think
not rate
I
him?
think it's decent. I think it's decent, nothing spectacular.
Yeah, but he's at that. That's what he's. The cost of him is. If he was actually spectacular, he'd be 50, 60 million.
Yeah, but I don't see him being a first team player for Liverpool as such. And maybe that 30, 40 odd million, however much he would cost,
Whereas I
would.
think he's. Do you not think he's that kind of um, that workhorse in midfield that Liverpool needs right now?
Yeah, the Wijnaldum replacement.
Except he actually works rather than hides. But yeah, that's what I mean. They miss somebody to just put a bit of work in. I think. Though, like I still say, the problem is the attacks. Without Firmino, there's nobody to start the press, and that's where it's all breaking down. If you're not pressing as a team, you end up being easy to play through.
Well, we could save this for the actual weekly podcast.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
We don't want to start the new year with your negativity.
me
Come on.
moaning. Yeah.
Yeah,
We ended last year with it. We'll start this year with something better, yeah?
yeah. I sure as hell wasn't gonna mention Harry Maguire.
Yeah, but I did it for you. I brought him into it on purpose because I'm a bastard like that.
Oh,
Alright.
just as we say goodbye, I just want to say, people, tomorrow morning don't oversleep and get penalized for it.
Oh, yes, because you wouldn't want to start on the bench.
Yeah,
Unless it means you come on and score, obviously.
yeah. But if you do actually oversleep and miss something important, make sure you actually make amends.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did. And they had a big hug at the end as well, which is good. It's
Oh
a good
bloody hell!
sign.
I think like I'm starting to develop a crush on Eric Ten Hag now.
I think he's done. I think he's really impressed. He's shown that he's not just good because he was at
He's not a
Ajax.
robot. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
also shown like he's not a robot.
yes.
He has a human side to it, but he also has this.
He's shown he can manage players. I think is what he's doing. He
Yeah,
can cope with
yeah,
egos.
exactly. Like he's been able to handle egos, but he's also been able to exert uh,
Yeah, without
how do you
being
call it? Like
soft. Yeah,
authority. Yeah,
yeah. He's been authoritative without being an arsehole. Like
yeah,
Louis Van Gaal, for instance. Oh. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we'll call it there then. So thank you all for listening.
yeah. See you
See,
next Thursday,
yeah, we will
I
see you next
guess.
Thursday. Hopefully, all being well. Hopefully Billy will be with us then.
Yeah, Billy maybe wouldn't be back after celebrating a 1-1
Yeah,
victory.
yeah, we won't see him for a week.
I
Sorry,
guess
Cal.
he's out and about partying now.
I don't actually know. Is he not on? I forgot to. No, he's gone off. He was on Discord, but I forgot to message him until like the last minute because obviously like I was running around setting it up, wasn't it? Because I forgot to pick my team. So
But also, like, do you think Manchester City should be docked points for actually not being able to beat Everton? It's fucking Everton. Come on.
surely it should. I mean, that should be that should be a sackable offence for Pep. Surely.
Yeah, you want to be the champions of Europe and you can't even get past this Everton side under Frank Lampard.
Yeah, that's not good, is it? It's not a good look. I wouldn't.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't be surprised if they're probably considering his future as we speak.
on that note, we're gonna say goodbye. Bye-bye,
Take care.
everyone. Stay safe. Have a happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I hope it's quieter than my one. Freaking party started 6 o'clock in the morning, Christmas Eve, and they've only just finished a few hours ago, like 2 hours ago. I'm so tired. Take care, though. Bye bye.